Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Yasmin, and today we'll get this conversation. Today we'll talk about forgiveness, but before it's important to remember that Talk and Talk is a community where we come to communicate in English, French, Spanish, and also Italian. So we are not here to teach you, but you will learn a lot because this is not a class, but it's a conversation. And we are here to share our opinions, our thoughts. So that's it. And Fernanda, can you start introducing yourself for us?
Okay, my name is Fernanda. I am from Rio de Janeiro. I am 23 years old. I am a student of industrial chemistry and I intern in a cosmetic company.
Very good. Thank you so much for sharing about you. And you, Katiana.
Hi guys, my name is Katiana. I'm 39 years old. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo. I am engineer and I work with new projects in the oil and gas sector.
Very good. Thanks for sharing about you too. So, as you know, my name is Yasmin. I'm 21. I live in São Paulo with my parents and my grandmother. I work as a teacher. And yeah, I think that's it about me. So let's start our conversation. And the first question is, what does forgiveness mean to you? How would you define it in your own words? So, Katiana, we can start with you. How would you define?
I think define like forgiveness like freedom, because if you don't uh, if you don't have the when you I don't remember this verb in English, quando você não perdoa, when you don't forgive the other person, I think is this, I think you stay in a prison. And for me, forgiveness, it's like it's a freedom. It's a kind of feelings for me. It's a freedom, liberdade, I think, in Portuguese.
Yeah, I was thinking really about this too, because like if you don't forgive someone, like it's like you are always attached to this person, yeah, because you will always like remember that you didn't forgive them. And you, Fernanda.
For me, forgiveness is to not guard resentment for someone or what someone did something to you and you don't, and you say, okay, the person did it, but I will move on, I will let it go, and something like that.
Like it's not that you are forgetting the things that the person did, yeah, but okay, it was what the person had to give to you, yeah. It's not about you, it's about the person.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I totally agree with this. And so, have you ever experienced a situation where you needed to forgive someone? What was the outcome of that experience? So, Fernanda, we can start with you. Do you remember a situation?
I remember that I had a situation that I had to forgive someone about the way he treated me or treated other people. And the person was sorry about what he did, so it was okay to to let it go. I don't think it's too hard. I don't know if I don't have many experience with forgiveness, but I don't think it's hard to forgive someone when the person is really really regrets. So it was really fine.
Yeah, if the person really shows the regrets, okay, yeah. But I know some people that they forgive people that like didn't say sorry. So and for me it's really difficult this. So I can't forgive someone that didn't tell me sorry. So no, I will not forgive. So do you think in this way too, or
Yeah,
you?
in this way is complicated. Yeah.
Really complicated. And you, Katrina?
Yes, I remember, and it's so difficult because in this situation the other person is so rude with me and one guy in my team, and I remember in that time I'm very frustrated with this person and I hate, but I forgiveness because the people recognize your mistake and speak with me after this, but it's so difficult because I think the other persons need to apologize with you because it's so common now the persons make a lot of mistakes and don't apologize for this. I think the word is so rude now.
Yeah, and some people like, oh, like they did something wrong, but they think that they are right. Yeah. So, oh, it's something really complicated to the situation. And what about like the opposite? A time that you needed that someone forgive you. So do you remember? We
Yes, I remember because I make a mistake. I I think I'm very tough. Eu fui muito forte com as palavras with one friend, and at that time my friend is so in a não estava pronta para ouvir aquilo. And after a few months, my friends say, "Okay, it's your words. It's so necessary." But in the first moment, I broken your heart with these words, and I'm apologize for that situation because I think it's not a moment. In that moment, my friend in love with a guy, and this guy it fazia hora com a cara dela o tempo inteiro. And I said a strong word because this friend is amazing person, but in that moment she don't stay open for these words. A few months ago, it's okay. She speaks a lot about this topic, but in the first moment, I broken her heart. And yes, I'm apologize for these words.
Yeah, I think like sometimes people are not like prepared to listen to some things. But if you didn't say this to her, maybe she will spend like more and more time with this guy. So I think it was important too, but it was important also to say sorry, yeah. And you, Fernanda.
I remember that one time I did some things that I shouldn't to my mother. So I apologized after and everything was okay.
Oh, I think this is something that here in my house for some people it's really complicated. Like my father, like sometimes he thinks that he is right and he don't say sorry, but now he's understanding more, you know. But my grandmother, like she never says sorry. Like it's impossible because she thinks she is right. So sometimes like she is wrong, but I need to say, oh, sorry for this, you know, just to okay, the things will be okay now.
Yeah, with family, with people we love is different. Yeah,
Yeah.
even with person we have the very different mindset. You need just to accept the way they are and let it go.
Yeah, I think with then you forget like about your ego, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. So we can move on to the next one. And the next one is forgiveness something that should be earned, or do you believe in offering it unconditionally? So, Fernanda, we can start this one with you. What do you think? It's something that the person needs like to achieve.
Yeah, I don't think it should be earned. I think forgiveness is more about yourself than the other person. Is the way you feel. If you don't forgive, you will stay angry. You won't be with difficult situation with this person. And I prefer to be in peace with myself, with everyone. So I don't think the person should earn that. I just offer it.
Yeah, I think like in some parts I agree with these two. And you, Katrina, what do you think?
I I think depends of the situation. No, because for example, I for me forgiveness it's a freedom, but it's not possible forgiveness all the things all the time. I think for many things in the world you need time, space, and you need to sometimes resolve these problems in your heart, and after this for dar o perdão, because I think the freedom for your freedom with your heart sometimes you need time. It's not automatically. For me, no.
Yeah, and I think like you need to be prepared to say, "Oh, I forgive you," because if you say this and you are not prepared, you will throw the things in like their face all the time when you remember. So, but it's not that you will forget to, but if you forgive, you don't have reasons to keep throwing the situations in the face of someone. Yeah. So it's
I
really
think you say the point. If you forgiveness, you don't return with this topic again for the person. I think is the key of the forgiveness is this: don't return or don't put the thing in the face of the persons again. And it's so difficult.
yeah, but I think it's important to the other person like to understand too that, oh, you can't do this again. Like I am insecure about like your actions about this topic. Yeah. So and so, talking about this, how do you personally approach the process of forgiving someone? Are there any steps or strategies you follow? So, Fernanda, do you follow like strategies to forgive someone?
I use empathy to forgive someone because the case I said, the person said bad things to me. So I create a story in my mind like the person is going through something difficult, maybe a problem at work, at home, and it's overwhelmed. So in maybe something just the person just, how can I just say things without thinking because he is stressed. So I try to use that to make the process of forgiveness easier.
Oh, this is really good. I think I have never thought about this, but I think this is something good. And I was watching a video that the girl was saying really about these like, oh, you need to understand that what the person gave to you is what they have. So they don't have more to give to you. So you need to think to, oh, will I stay in this situation or forgive and go out too? And you, Katiana?
I agree with you because I think it's a empathy. It's necessary because sometimes the other persons don't have a baggage, different baggage for one situation, and react sometimes very angry or don't have empathy or like other kind of feelings. And yeah, sometimes have empathy. It's necessary. And I agree with you. The other persons give you what the feelings they have in all other situations. And if you don't have love in your life, it's very difficult for you give love for someone. And for some people, it's so difficult. I share one thing with you, girls, now, and I think it's resume these things. For example, it's not about perdão, forgiveness, but about feelings. My father, it's a very strong man, but don't put their feelings outside you. I remember when my daughter say I love you for my father cry like a baby because never I think say I love you for someone. And in that time my daughter have 3 years, I think. And I never see my father cry during my life. And in that situation, I say, oh, my father, não é uma pedrona dura, tem sentimentos. But I think it's different because, like you said, Yasmin, the other person sometimes don't have they don't understand the form, different form for put the feelings outside, speak about the feelings. I think it's this situation resume forgiveness about and feelings.
Very good. Yeah. And I think this is something really important to understand. Yeah. Because we know that some people, they can't they can't express their feelings because they don't know how to. But maybe he shared this, he expressed like doing other things. I don't know if you know about like the love languages. I think this is something really nice to understand because you understand that sometimes the person will not say I love you, but they will like make a cake for you.
Yes, we I read a book and five forms of love, 5 formas de amor, uma coisa assim. And it's totally different because sometimes we don't forgive the other person. For example, my mother said the things for me every time, and sometimes I'm very rude with my mother, but it's a forma que ela tem para falar. They don't know about other forms, and everyone have one form of love. Sometimes the parents have a big discourse. I don't remember se é discurso mesmo, but é uma forma de amor. And sometimes it's difficult for some parents speak about love or about feelings. And now I understand these things, and I forgiveness, I have empathy because the empathy with everyone, it's necessary.
Yeah, very good. I think it's really important to understand this. And Fernando, like, what about you? Have you ever noticed that someone never say like I love you, but they try to show in other way?
Oh yeah, my mom does it all the time. She's not that person that say how can I say sweet things or but she demonstrates that she loves me with many other things. So she doesn't have this language of love to say affirmative things, but she has this. She shows service is another kind of language. She does things for me to help me. So that is her way to show that she loves me.
Very good. And it's really nice when we understand these, yeah, because, oh, okay, the person loves me, but in other way. Very good. So, going to the next one, how do you personally approach the process of forgiving someone? Like we were saying about the strategies. So now, like, how is the process for you? Are so I am talking about the I think I'm talking about the okay. Are there any factors that make forgiveness easier or more challenging for you? Can you provide examples? So we were talking about strategies. How do you forgive someone? But do you have like a strategy that makes this become like more easier or more challenging for you? So, Katiana, we can start this one with you.
I think my strategy is in the first time walking and I may go very far away for this person because sometimes if you stay next to the person you're put your feelings outside you and your thoughts, and I think breathing, walking, sleeping, and the other day speak with the person. Sometimes it's a best way is the best way for this kind of situation.
And are there like some situations that for you it's easier to forget, but some are more challenging, like are more difficult, like some
Uh,
topics?
uh, I think I think when involve my daughter, I think I have it's more difficult. I think in the job I now I don't have difficult more because now I think I'm not emotionally person, but when involve my daughter, I think it's more difficult and need time.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I know what you were talking about because like something happened to me and I forgive the person, but I am always like remember about the situation, but my mother can't talk with this person because like she saw me crying and everything, so she can't talk. And you, Fernanda?
And I use the same strategy as Katiana said. I give some time, a time when the situation happens. We are with the. I mean, we can say things we don't intend to say. So I wait a time to talk to the person to clarify things. And I think for me, it's easier to forgive someone that I care about because I don't want to be in a strange situation with this person. So when it comes to family, for me, it's easier. With someone that I don't like, it's difficult because I already have this bad feeling about this person. So for me, it's difficult, more difficult.
Yeah, I think because like when it's someone that you like, you try to, I don't know, you try to find like the good things that this person
Yeah.
has. Yeah, but when it's someone that you don't like, you start to, I don't know how to say this, but you start to try to find like defeitos. Yeah,
Mhm.
very good. So, and do you think forgiving someone is a one-time action or an ongoing process, and why? So let's start with you, Fernanda. What is your opinion about it? I think you already mentioned something like this too.
Yeah, for I don't say I mean, if I forgive someone, I will just forgive. For me, I think it's more like a one-time action, but it's not that I mean that it's instantaneously that something happens and I just forgive. No, it's you need a time to process the thing that happened. But when I forgive, I forgive. There's no doubts. I just forgive and let it go.
I think like you take more time to make yourself like feel more calm with the situation and then you forgive, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. When I forgive, I in peace. Just that.
Yeah. Very good. And you, Katyana?
I think I need time sometimes because for moving your feelings, understand the feelings, sometimes you need time. It's not possible. Sometimes don't remember more about one situation. You need time for transform. It's transform. I don't remember. It's a false cognato. Transformar. For
I don't remember now.
I don't remember. But I think you need time for movement, one kind of feelings and other kind of feelings. And it for me sometimes need time. I think it depends of the mistake.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like it depends on the topic that we are talking because some you will need like more time even if you forgive the person, like maybe I don't know, maybe it's something about like trust. You don't trust in the person anymore, so maybe in this situation you need more time to understand that, oh, I can trust in you again. And so what about we were talking in the beginning that forgive is not about like forget, but is it possible to forgive someone without forgetting what they did, why or why not? So how can we do this? Katrina, we can start with you.
Sorry, Yasmin, what the questions? What the question?
Is the question number 7. Is it
7.
possible to forgive someone without forgetting what they did?
Mm. No, I think when you said a very rude word sometimes, it's not possible return to the past, no? And it's I think you do the forgiveness, but you remember the things. I think it's not healthy return to that situation all the time, but you it's possible for you remember with a different feelings, but not. I think you need movement these feelings, and it's for me you need all the things about forgiving it. You need time and you need do. Você precisa dar o perdão. Tem que ser de coração. But acho que você não pode esquecer da situação.
Yeah, because like if the person do this one more time, oh no, I forgive you one day and So now I can't because you committed the same mistake. And you, Fernanda?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's possible to forget what the person did. But when you forgive, you in a way you choose to not let the situation hurt you anymore. But it's not that it's erased it off your mind. I think we will always remember.
Yeah, I think it's really difficult, like, to forget. I think the person really forgets about what they did, but it's like that common phrase in Portuguese, yeah, like who hit you will not remember, but you will remember. So, and talking about this, are there any instances where you believe forgiveness is not necessary or appropriate, and why? Like, are some situations that you believe, oh, it's not necessary to forgive someone in this situation? So we can start this one with you, Fernando.
Mm, I don't think about. I'm not sure because maybe I don't have so many experience in life because at, for now I think it's always better to forgive. That it doesn't matter exactly what happened. So I don't think about a situation that I don't need to forgive. I don't know. Because as I said, forgiveness is more about myself, the way I feel. So I always prefer to be in peace, to be fine. So I don't think about anything that I wouldn't forgive for now.
I was trying to think here, and maybe like it's something really like deep to talk about, but crimes. I think
Mhm.
depending on the crime, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe like when we are talking about abuses, I think it's something because some people say, "Oh, but you need to forgive who did it to you." No, I don't need.
Mhm.
So, and you, Katrina.
I my thoughts is similar your thoughts because I think it's depends. For example, the person's if it involve the abuse, if it involve died, for example, died the kids, uh, parents, one person who you love, I think I think it's more difficult, no, because it's not a easy situation. I sometimes I see what the news notices about the mothers who uh, give the forgiveness for the men or girls who or women who died your children, and I said no, this woman I think it's this woman is strong because it's a difficult situation, no, like when involve the a morte, the diet, just one person who you love. I think it's so difficult. This topic today, it's very deeper, no?
Yeah, yeah.
I never talk about forgiveness in English. Sometimes I have difficult in Portuguese, and English is
Yeah.
more difficult.
Yeah, I think even in Portuguese, it's really complicated to think about this. And so I think we can go to the last question. So how does forgiving oneself differ from forgiving others? Like, do you think self-forgiveness is important? Why or why not? Like, do you think that forgiving yourself or like to just forgive, oh, okay, I forgive this person, but I don't need to say to them too. So talking about forgiving yourself for the things that you did to yourself, but forgiving like about what others did to you too. So Fernanda, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's more important to forgive yourself than forgive others, because you will have to live with your thoughts and your actions. So to stay in peace with yourself, you need to forgive yourself. But about others, I think it doesn't have so much impact in your life. It's just a feeling, but when you don't forgive yourself, it's I think you feel in a bad way. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, I think this too. I think because you're all the time like talking in your mind, oh, I don't forgive you because you did this and this and this. Like you do the same thing that you would do with other person, but with yourself in your mind, yeah. So yeah, I think sometimes we treat us in a way that we shouldn't. So and you, Katiana, what do you think?
I think yes, sometimes it's I think some people it's so it's so durona, stuff. I don't remember this word in English. And muito durona consigo mesma. And I think yes, I sometimes you need for forgiving yourself first, because for example, my routine is so crazy sometimes, and I don't have time before I go to the gym uh, and have the body who I dream, and it's okay for me. I forgiven myself because it's not possible do all the things all the same time. And I understand. I focus in some things, do these things, and if you don't have time in the other day, I put myself in the first moment for do the things for me, and it's okay. Self forgiveness, I think it's important.
And is there something that until nowadays you don't forgive yourself? That something that you did? Because like I had a situation that I went to an interview and I said something that I shouldn't say. So until nowadays, I think about this and oh my God, how dumb were you saying this? So do you have this kind of situation in your mind, girls?
I remember one situation. I have one meeting, and this meeting it's so important for me because in that time it's an opportunity for share my talents and my skills with a big team. And in that time I'm very shy, and I don't speaking during the day in this meeting. I'm very, it's not shy, but introspective, and eu não falei, a reunião era toda em inglês, eu fiquei super envergonhada e não falei. Até hoje eu não entendo o que aconteceu comigo naquele dia.
Yeah, sometimes it's really difficult. And you, Fernanda, do you have like a situation or like, oh, I was late for this meeting, something like this?
Oh, I have a situation similar to Katiana. I were in my internship and I had a phone call with a client that were talking in English. And I understood everything that she was saying, but I couldn't speak. And I was frozen because I work in a co-working. There's a lot of things together in the same room. So if I said something in English, everyone would hear and look at me. So I was just too shy, too nervous, afraid of making a mistake, and everyone, she's not really good in English, so I just couldn't say anything. I was just just oh my god, I don't understand or something like that. But I could say because I were understanding. So I regret that.
Yeah, I think it's something really that it's something that impacts our life, yeah, because like we know that we know, but sometimes we are seeing other people around us, so we think, oh, should I say something here? I think no, and we don't trust in our abilities to, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. So we finished all the questions, but would you like to add something, girls, about this topic? Would you want to share how was the conversation for you?
I think it's a deeper conversation today for the Friday, but I think it's different because it's the first moment. Is the first moment where I speak about forgiveness in English, and yes, it's interesting, very interesting.
Very good. Yeah, I think it's a really deep topic to talk at like 7 a.m. On Friday, but I think it's important too because we will start the other week like thinking in a different way. So, and you, Fernanda, would you like to say something or not?
Yeah, I would say that I like this kind of topics. Alberlene also tries a lot of this kind of deep topics. So I really enjoy because I don't have opportunity to talk about these things with the people I know. So it's a different conversation, something to think about. It's nice.
Yeah, it's totally different, I think, because like when you talk like with someone that you know about this, like some people that I know, they don't want to keep the conversation, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, now I'm so interested in these topics.
Yeah.